educational transformation is not going to be a top-down process. It has to be from bottom up. Can we so enthuse and alert the common culture to recognize that educational advancement through transformation is the only legitimate means of upward mobility in this society, and therefore look forward to an era, cultivate an era where you have a groundswell of parental support, of teacher activism, and of governmental response, which is the virtuous community that you want. Can we, going forward, build a community of care for every school in Jamaica, surrounded by the churches who still own or sponsor almost 50% of the schools in Jamaica, where the deficits of fatherlessness, of children with an absence of lunch money or bus fare or of untoward behavior can be brought into some kind of discipline, of compassion, of understanding, of individualized learning. I passionately believe that this is possible. And anyone who is interested in that must be given every hearing and every facilitation. And the journeymen and women who are really just warming the benches, yes, and indifferent in the sacred task that they have, they must be removed.
All that we needed to be charged with, the conviction to chart the course to accomplish what had to be undertaken as the response to the education sector's performance outlined in the report of the Task Force on Education in 2004. The government of Jamaica in 2005 made a significant investment to support the Education Transformation Team, the ETT. In 2009, projects financed by the World Bank and the IDB heralded the start of the Education System Transformation Program, the ESTP, to implement what was recommended. Systems being put in place to ensure greater accountability at all levels of the sector for the quality of delivery in education. Key sector agencies emerged: the National Education Inspectorate, NEI, the Jamaica Teaching Council, JTC, the National Education Trust, NET, and the National College for Educational Leadership, NCEL. In addition to these entities established with funding from the World Bank and IDB, the government of Jamaica also funded the establishment of two other agencies: the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, J-TEC, with responsibility for the regulation of the tertiary sector, and the National Parenting Support Commission, NPSC, coordinating parenting initiatives and programs in line with policy and legislation enacted in 2012. A cornerstone of the ESTP was also the modernization of the ministry with a central policy ministry and its operational arm, the Department of School Services, DSS, vested with specific functional responsibilities that would allow for increased accountability, performance, and regulation and delivery of quality educational services. This matrix of key agencies, all not established at the same time, nevertheless worked in tandem, a cohesive force in concert for the common goal of the ESTP, reforming, transforming, and performing. As earlier highlighted, the replacement of the ETT by the ESTP, the change management unit of the program directed by Jean Hastings, is of note. A move which saw the initiatives being brought within the ministry to implement the change from within. Was it easy?
Do you think it's easy to make change from outside? Do you know what you're changing? Change from within tends to be more lasting, more self-sustaining. There's nothing to institutionalize. You can't set up another ministry outside of the constitutionally established Ministry of Education. I believe in it. I thought that was the best way to go. I'm not knocking what went before, because sometimes you need to stand out to develop. But the truth is, I thought the best move was made.
Different countries have pursued their process in different ways. Having a transformation unit that is outside and actually beginning to infuse, that's one model. The other model is it's inside, it's separate, it has a sort of a, it's not siloed, but it has a frame around it, a designated frame, and you do the program development, and then you try to mainstream it. That was the sort of the more developed approach that was headed by Gene Hastings.
I'm very proud of the Education System Transformation Program and what it has done for the ministry, and certainly in terms of the evaluation system that we have in place. I evaluate the director. I had to sit down with the director and we look at all the performance criteria, and we looked at the indicators, and I was very proud that I was able to say, well done.
I want to commend all the team members who have led the Education System Transformation Program over the period. Gene Hastings and her team, they've done a fantastic job.
The proverbial last word to Anastasia Watson of the Queen's High School, President-elect of the National Secondary Students' Council and member of the review team of the Transformation Program. As such, she also evaluates the work of the ESTP.
Because education is the main means of empowering a country's population, it has become something very important to the NSSC, because in order for us to empower young people, they need to be educated. And what the Education Transformation Program is doing is allowing our students to be fully equipped or fully empowered.
When we return, the important work being done to empower our students, our children, who are at the very heart and center of the transformation in education.